Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to check out the Arcane Labyrinth inside AFK Journey. Now, two things at the start of this video. First of all, this is the beta. So I'm going to use these videos to basically show you guys everything inside the game. But on top of that, also like document some of my feedback in video form just so I've got it there. So keep in mind, like this is an early beta. Things are going to change massively from here based on Dislight, which was Lilith's previous game. The changes they make from beta to release are massive. So, you know, take this with a grain of salt. It will evolve a lot. But like I said, I just want to document things, show you guys, and also just put my thoughts out there so that I can look back and give good feedback at the end of the beta phase. On top of that, I am using my phone for this one. The phone being that you put it on higher graphics. The only thing that I've got down a little bit so I can get optimized performance is that the world, like the scenery is on high instead of very high. Everything else is on the max settings, so it looks a lot better on the phone. The problem is my phone is a very narrow one, so we do get a narrow screen. So let me know if you prefer to see it on my phone where we can play it smoothly but on a narrow screen, or whether you would prefer it on the emulator where it's laggy as hell but on a bigger screen. I did try forcing landscape in this. It does work. You can force landscape, except a lot of things do clip. There's some errors and stuff like that. So hopefully they can make the landscape a bit smoother so I can just play this game in landscape. It'd be quite nice. But that is all the disclaimers out of the way. We're going to check out the Arcane Labyrinth in this one. I wanted to show you guys. Now, if you played normal AFK Arena, it's very similar to that. It's got some differences, but, you know, I want to give a little bit of feedback. So we jump into it, we hit ready. Now, the cool thing that I do like about this is that you have different difficulties of Labyrinth, and you got to clear one to unlock the next one. And I like this progressive difficulty system. I have seen these Labyrinth modes in other games. They're quite nice in that it allows you to keep progressing and making it feel like you're achieving something. And if you get stuck, they use this sort of system in Dislight as well. And it's like, then it's always an achievement to get to the next level and start clearing the next level. Whereas in AFK Arena, it's just like one difficulty. It's a gimme. It's tedious to do. You don't like, it doesn't really change much. The rewards are always the same. It's just a chore. Whereas this one, if you can play better and put more emphasis on playing this to get better rewards, I do like that. So I have played it once, cleared level 1. We're into level 2, and now we can go. So if we look at our explorers, we can dispatch our team here. So I'm going to look at my phone because I can't really look up for this one. Well, I'm doing this. Is the one unfortunate thing about the phone is I got to keep looking down for it. Who else do we want to bring? Maybe we'll bring our support type team. How many can we bring? So we can just fill in all these slots basically. That'll do us. I think that's it. I could probably sub someone out. I can probably sub you out. You're decent for bosses. We got Igor, who's an absolute beast at survival, but we should be fine because he doesn't bring too much support. So we'll go ahead and use that. That's the units that we can bring. And we're going to jump in. Only one dimension can be explored each time the labyrinth refreshes and cannot be changed until after the next refresh. Continue to explore. So this is basically saying once you choose your difficulty, that's it until the refresh. So always do the hardest difficulty unless you realize you're going to start failing in that difficulty, then you drop back and do the one you can complete. So over here on the left hand side, you can see that we've got the progression bar for it, and you can see what we go through and where we want to get to, the bosses, all that sort of stuff, and the rewards. So you've basically got to go through a bunch of stages. Now the way it works is we do have the extra buffs as well that we can pick up along the way, which we'll look at some more as we get them, and I'll show you guys. I don't know exactly the detail of that system, but we'll go through it. So this is the one thing that I find tedious, is that you've actually got to run to the next stage. I'd rather just tap things. I'd rather just tap the boss, tap the next zone. The having to run, I think, is going to become incredibly tedious. That's my main criticism of this Labyrinth mode. Like, yeah, it's a novelty. Like the fact that you've got an open world and you can explore, so they've got this implementation. But like in a mode like this where you're going to be doing it like every second day, a little bit tedious in one man's opinion, but that is just me. Let me know what you guys think. Like it's novel, but then it gets old. So like any other Labyrinth mode, you want to sort of prioritize getting some sustain and keeping your heroes alive. I've got Lucius in there as a tank. You know, he's got some shields as well. This dude Seth, he's an absolute savage. We'll do videos spotlighting different heroes along the way as well. And let's go ahead. I'm just going to go with sort of my support-ish type team. So we'll go with those two there. Make sure Lucius grabs that aggro. We'll let Iron grab the right side aggro. We'll put him over there so he only grabs 2 and Lucius grabs 3. And then we'll nuke this side first off, and then we should be pretty good. And so, as you can see, it's just that sort of standard, you know, go through, energy bars stay, health bars stay. So you want to have some sort of sustain so that you don't end up dying like instantly because you just don't maintain your health across stages. So as you can see, this stage is pretty easy. I think I missed a day, like a run through. So I'm on an easier stage than where I should be. And as we kill them, we get the loot. There we go. And then we get to select a relic. Very similar to AFK Arena. You're going to get some buffs. What do we want? Grant shield to all allies at a certain time in the battle. And then you can hit this button here and you can get a more detailed look at it. So at 15 seconds after battle starts, grants a shield equal to 15% of their max health for 10 seconds to each allied hero. Cool beans. Increases shield value of all allied units and or increases attack speed for all allied heroes within shields. So I think this isn't a bad one. Because I've got Lucius, so we're going to apply shields that way. Let's just get the offensive power because we don't really care. As you can see, we've got these 2 gates that we can go through. So, and this is the thing, like I said, running to the gate is a bit tedious. So, contains 3 random crimson relics. You can select to receive any one. So that's basically saying when we go through here and beat the boss, it's going to give us an option of crimson relic. Like going through the gate doesn't give us, it just tells us what the next boss is going to drop. So if we go into this this mini boss, they're not really bosses at all. They're just easy waves. And so once we get to this one, it'll be Crimson Relic. And then I'll go through the Crimson and the different types because there's sort of different effects. So the previous one, I can't remember what it was called, but you saw that we got like defensive type abilities, you know, related to shields and stuff like that. Then, you know, you've got your offensive ones, ones that are tied, I think the wind ones are tied purely to speed and crit and stuff like that. So let's get through this one. There we go, that's that. And now, as you can see here, we're going to collect it. And so this is the Crimson one. I don't know if it can give us details on exactly what Crimson is, but as you can see, Epic Chained Shield, convert a small amount of health from all allies into a powerful shield. So whenever an allied hero health exceeds 70% in battle, sacrifice 30% of their health to grant a permanent shield with 1.5 times that amount of health lost. The shield gained from this effect is converted into health at a 1-to-1 ratio after the battle is won. That's really cool. I just picked up one that's going to give me haste with a shield, which is quite nice. And then we've got like immunity, increases max health, but this one like synergizes too well with the previous one that I just got. So we're going to go ahead and collect that. And then we jump in here again. Let's see if we can take a look here. And we can end up like thievery. So basically these different types, you just look at them. These ones I believe are more tank based, health based. What's this one based on? A seemingly trivial decision might can't remember, but you'll get a feel as you go through that different ones give you different type effects based on what they are. But let's just keep going through and we'll get into the next one. So I don't really care about the healing side, so let's just go on this side over here. We'll get another Crimson one and we'll see what we get. But you know, for the most part, this will become like important. Like I said, I really like the fact that this feature has those the harder decisions to make on whether you keep going to the next difficulty or whether it's too hard for you, and that makes these sorts of things and their decisions much more impactful, which I really like. So like in AFK Arena and ultimates with some shields and some like weather effects and stuff like that, it makes the close-up on ultimates look weird. I think the way they do ultimates is that they use the scenery that the game is in and just zoom in on that character for that animation, whereas I believe they might have to change it and just have specific cutscenes for them, because you do get a lot of that type of action where it gives you like messed up fields of view based on what you've got. Increase attack speed when health falls below. We don't really want that. We're going to stay pretty healthy. Increases damage dealt to enemies with the higher the lower the health. Honestly, all these are pretty useless, so we're just going to grab that one. So let's go over here. We're going to get some, I believe these are going to be damage based. Fortune, maybe not. Let's just go through and see. I can't remember. I've only run through this thing once. Okay, and then we get into this stage where we do have 2 enemies, so we've got to clear 2 enemies. And I believe the next stage is going to be like a mini boss stage. So we'll go through here. We'll jump in. Like I said, this is pretty cruisy for me, so the decisions don't really matter. We're just wiping things instantly. Once again, the ults look crazy with those shields. All right, sick. Get that one. We'll kill the next enemy quickly, and then we'll jump into the next one. And then what I might do is I'll come back for the final, like we'll do the mini boss. We'll come back and do the final boss, and then I'll show you guys the shop and stuff like that. So let's just go in and battle. Once again, another easy one. We're going to do an ult here, and it's going to look very red. It's frustrating. And then, man, Seth is a savage. I love him. I love Seth. Sick rogue. Really sick rogue. I believe they call them assassins in this one. Alright. Okay, so now we get that drop. Collect, select the buff. I'm really not even that stressed, so let's just go through here. So now, as you can see, there's only one gate for this one. That's because we are going to get a boss fight on this one. And I'll show you this mid-boss fight, and then, like I said, we'll cut back for the final boss fight. So let's go into this one. Begin. Let's go. That red shield. I should not have selected that relic. That is just messing everything up. That's making the ults look so bad. Good work, Iron. Iron's actually quite nice in this one. He groups them up quite nicely. Alright. And that's your mini boss phase. And we get some loot from that. You can see, dude goes down. Enemy defeated. Thank you very much. Woo! Chest time. And there we go. We get some loot. So these ones normally have gear, I believe, these chests. Used to acquire equipment. Yeah. So we get some equipment, some points, some dust, some gold and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'll just rush through this. I'll come back at the final boss and then we'll take a look at the shop. Okay, so I'm getting you guys back in. This is probably the next thing. It does take quite a long time to get through this. I think I started this run and there was 24 minutes left in the day. I'm not going to actually complete it before the end of the day, which kind of sucks. It means I'm behind on this, but you know, it's only beta, so who really cares? But yeah, so in 24 minutes, I wasn't able to completely get through it all, just because it, like I said, the running around and stuff, there's more loading screens. Everything's just a bit slow. Hopefully they can speed up the process of getting through this, because yes, it's nice that you start getting into harder stages and you know, you got to put more thought into it and actually think about what you're doing. We actually lost Lucius in this one. That sucks. But yeah, I think like the tedious in between stuff, like walking into the next room, the loading screen going into it, the collecting of the items can be sped up a lot and make the experience a lot more enjoyable. Also, Igor is that I can't remember if that's his name, but the dude with the tombstones, he's basically, I don't know whether he's bugged or just built bad in the game, and he's like invincible, and it takes you so long to kill him because he keeps getting invincible and jumping to another tombstone. So that's triggering, and I think I'm actually stuck here now. Unless let's swap it up a little bit. But yeah, this dude here on the tombstone, he's got this passive here where if I read it, because I can't see it on the screen, when he receives fatal damage, he nullifies it by destroying the tombstone he is on, then jumps to another tombstone, healing himself. And he brings that many tombstones, and you'll find that in especially situations like this, he produces more tombstones than he eliminates, and then you waste time trying to kill him, and then he jumps to another tombstone, and every time he jumps, he heals as well. So he soaks, basically dude's broken. We'll do a video on him. I've actually got him. He's good for survival and stuff like that. His damage isn't great, his support isn't great, but he's just one of those real triggering heroes in the game that just makes it not so fun, because yeah, they've got to put a cooldown on that. Basically, it's got to have a passive cooldown on his immunity to death, because if you look at the screen now, you can see there's 4 other tombstones plus the one he's on, and we just keep killing him and he just keeps producing more tombstones, and then he jumps to the next tombstone and you just like waste all your damage. It is triggering as hell. Like, we just walked through this whole labyrinth, and now we've run into him, and it's just like, I think anyone playing the beta knows what I'm talking about. In certain situations, you fight an Igor, I think, or is it just Gore? I can't remember, but yeah, dude is absolutely triggering. so you'll see here, like, he's like the last enemy, but he's just gonna keep jumping to tombstones and make the game go forever. See, he's there, then he's jumping to that one, and he's got like 5 tombstones. So like the dude's pretty much dead, and he has invulnerability when he's jumping. So it's like you just can't kill the guy. Like, look at this. Dude is completely broken. Like, completely broken. Like, that needs a balance. Okay, I think we finally got him. Okay. Okay, and we've timed out on the Labyrinth. So the Labyrinth day is over. So the game's probably going to freeze because it won't know what to do in this situation because the time lapsed. And when they don't program this in, it collapses. So back in a sec. Okay, so there we go. I'm not going to run through the whole next Labyrinth again because that'll take me another half hour, 40 minutes. And yeah, I'll do it another time when I'm sitting around chilling. But I just wanted to show you guys the shop. But basically, like I said, it's just, you know, you got 4 bosses, goes up to 20 stages. Hopefully they can smooth out the in-between phase. It's a bit tedious in my opinion, but like I said, I really do like the fact that you got different difficulties of it, so you can keep trying to push those difficulties. Now, this is the store. Basically, we've got the great value on the summons, so you get 20% discount on the summons. I haven't worked that out. I'm not really too stressed about this until the game launches. We're not going to care about it. I'm not going to try and tell you guys what to buy, but you can get that, and then you can also get soul stones for heroes for summoning, and those are the main things you're probably going to look at. But that is the Labyrinth store. It will probably expand, maybe have specific heroes, something like that. Just based on AFK Arena, but that is the store. That's basically what you're doing for now because we're in beta. Let's just pick up some of these because why not? Because we'll do some summons. Wait, is that infinite? Wait, is this a bug? Must be a bug. I thought they would have been limited, but hey, I'll just keep buying them with those points so we can do some more summons. Anyway, guys, that is the Labyrinth mode. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.